It's the 2K Sports pregame show, sponsored by Kia.
Hello and welcome everybody. Ernie Johnson and my partners, Kenny the Jet Smith, Shaquille O'Neal on 2K Sports. And at this point in the season, some key storylines have already captured all of our attention. Our featured matchup tonight in Chicago, where the Bulls will be going up against the Detroit Pistons. Well, for Detroit, they're down there in 12th place in the Eastern Conference, but that's still a better position to be in than that back-of-the-pack spot in which they closed out last season. And here in the early going, the pecking order of the league still being decided. Every team has the playoffs as their goal. Shaq, does it feel more like a level playing field this early on?
Well, any team can win on a given night, especially when they have something bigger to play for. Right now, everybody still has a chance to make the playoffs, Ernie, so I can't really answer that question.
Yeah, right now, Ernie.
Thanks for trying.
Yeah, to me, it's paper-mache teams because they're good teams on paper. We haven't seen them really develop. We haven't seen them, have a continuity or conclusion together. That's why you play the games, Ernie. That's why you play the games. Bring your game, not your name.
I was wondering why they played the games. Let's go to Kevin Harlan. Maybe he knows.
Nightfall in the Windy City with the Willis Tower and the rest of downtown Chicago lighting up the sky. Chicago, Illinois, home of the Bulls in a fine Eastern Conference battle at the United Center. Bringing you some fun on a Monday night. It's the NBA on 2K Sports. With David Aldridge on our sideline, and here with me, Greg Anthony and Steve Smith, this is Kevin Harlan. And, of course, Avery Bradley. And we've been keeping an eye on him. This is the time he's going through now with that new adjustment phase with his new team.
Well, we're about to see what the buzz around the league is all about here. Is it going to be just hype or will it be reality? We will find out here soon enough, along with the fans in this arena and the people watching at home.
And as things get ready to roll, let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's on the sideline. David?
Thank you, Kevin. Guys, Chicago is one of the league's biggest markets, but it still has that blue-collar culture. Longtime Bull Luol Deng exemplified that spirit. He said, if you're coming in to just show your skills, just look good, the city of Chicago is not going to accept you. They want to see you work hard night in and night out. If you do, the city will love you. Kevin?
They want grit and toughness, David. Thank you. Well, the game's starting to add up as we get in the thick of the season. Just how do players, Steve, keep their mental edge during the middle part of a long, long season?
You got to know it's a grind. You got to prepare physically and mentally. And I think also having teammates to help you. You got to spend a lot of time with each other, work out together, and just get through it. Look at what the prize is, trying to win a championship.
You just answered my next question about getting some help from the team and from your teammates. I'm sure the team is locked in on this too.
Yeah, and there are some days the coach has got to have a great balance. You need some days off, a couple days off just to get away from the game to get recharged.
And a look at the starters for the Pistons. The big men, Tolliver and Drummond. Avery Bradley is out there with Jackson, and it's Harris in at the small forward position. To the inside, Levine. It's good, the assist that time from Holiday.
Defensively, that possession better not start a trend because they just handed him 2 points.
It just talked that one up to a little miscommunication. I'm sure they'll get on the same page.
Now here's Jackson, coming off a solid outing against Indiana.
And watch out, you don't bring the whole basket down on top of you, young fella.
I don't think he ever wanted to let go of the rim. On defense, Detroit, they defeated Indiana in their last game.
And how about the game plan that was constructed for that one? I mean, it was apparent how powerless the D was to stop it.
Really, a combination of smart coaching and even better execution. When you have that, the game comes easily to you.
Here's Levine, back to Lopez. He kicks to Mirotic. Now, here's Dunn. Defense right on him. Lopez passes to Dunn. And not sure what he was thinking there. Here's Tolliver, and it's blocked by Mirotic. A little over a minute 30 into this first quarter. Now here is Holiday. He's coming off a 10-point game against Milwaukee. That's good from Dunn on the assist by Holiday.
And how about Dunn getting the ball in a great spot, making the deep attempt look too easy.
Holiday against Jackson. That one misses. Good D by Lopez. Levine dishes to Dunn. Passes to Lopez. Mirotic with it. Picked up by Harris. It's stolen by Harris. In the corner, Bradley with it. The shot. The shot goes down. Very quick possession right there. Bradley's got his second bucket of the game to go. Kicks it to Mirotic. And finished off by Mirotic.
Mirotic is looking to throw it down when he's near the rim. He can get up quickly.
Drummond a screen. And here in the first, about 3 minutes in, Tolliver kicks to Harris. Just 5 on the clock. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. And with the Bulls, there are so many great moments to choose from. But in your view, Steve, what do you think is the defining moment for this Bulls franchise?
From a playing standpoint, you can't help but think of when Michael Jordan hit the game-winning shot to win the finals over Byron Russell. First title over the Lakers was right up there too, but that one's the biggest one for me.
That's good from Harris. And Harris drops them both. And one thing the Pistons have been doing in recent times is honoring the members of the 2004 championship team. Retired several numbers, and rightly so. Gray, that team was special.
And that 2004 had a great cast of characters, many of whom found a rebirth with the Pistons. That team helped continue the us against the world feeling that the franchise had in the Bad Boys era. Hard to express just how much that team meant to the city of Detroit.
And he gets it to go. Harris has got his second basket of the night.
That's just an awesome assist. Really paced the ball in the ideal spot.
Now Dunn. He's coming off a 13-point game against Milwaukee.
He really did an outstanding job setting up his teammates as well. The defense could not figure out where the ball was going to go next.
And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time. The whistle blowing.
And Lopez doing whatever he can to get himself to the line.
And he's got his first free throw of the game. First one falls for him. And both free throws good for Lopez.
You talk about the Bulls team last season, a little bit of dysfunction. The Bulls decided to break up the backcourt of Rose and Butler. That was a surprising move to me.
Here's Bradley, and out of bounds as the Bulls gain possession. And we get a moment to check out the team's scoring leaders. Fourth, the Bulls.
And how about the year they've had offensively? This is a team that can put points on the board in a hurry. Always fun to watch them play.
Chicago trailing here. And here's Dunn. He's a good contributor to his team, averaging about 10.5 points a game. And so the ball goes out of bounds. Lopez touched it last. And here we can now take a look at how the ratio was between the threes and the twos last season for the Pistons.
And the long-range game, a staple for them offensively. It's clear they embrace the value of that extra point, and spacing the floor, something they look to do every time they're on the court.
The Pistons have gotten 4 of 6 field goal attempts to drop in the first quarter. And thinking back to the Bulls trade, it's never easy to move an all-star guard, but, you know, it probably had to be done.
Yes, it is. I mean, when you have an all-star, when you start talking about change, you want to get and bring in value. I think the Chicago Bulls, they had to do this. It's just going to take some time for this to settle in.
Dunn kicks to Mirotic. And count it. 2 points with a chance for one more at the free throw line.
How about the muscle Mirotic? He wheels the shot in despite the physical D.
Lures checked in for Anthony Tolliver. Hard to believe that a player as talented as Drummond slipped to number 9 in the draft, but that's what happened to him. You knew the potential was there, and you know what? He's lived up to what he can do.
Yeah, and I remember the fears were he was just too raw coming into the NBA. Always had an NBA-ready body, and he is physically imposing at times. But credit him for working hard to play to his strengths. It's why he's developed into a star.
And that one, good. Bradley's got 6 points.
How about the way he's able to angle his body to shield the big fella off and still get the finish?
Well, he has to be able to use angles. He has to be a great finisher in tight spaces and to be able to throw his little body into the big guys.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do. And you look back on the Pistons, and whenever that group has had success as a franchise, it's always driven by a team-oriented concept. I mean, yeah, they've had stars, Isaiah Thomas, Chauncey Billups, but at the heart of all their title runs was a group of 5 guys that just played for each other.
And he knocks down the first one. And thinking about the Pistons and their history of winning with pure team basketball, Greg, you can see that this is what this group is always striving for.
And Kevin, this group right now reminds you a little bit of those Pistons teams of the past. I mean, they're founded on defense. They got that tough mentality in the paint. You've got to be excited about this roster they've assembled here in Detroit.
So after making the first, he goes 1 for 2. And John Lure gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. Chicago's gone 1 of 5 from downtown in the first quarter. Points out there have been hard to come by. Dunn kicks to Levine. From past the arc. Andre Drummond grabs the miss.
Couldn't have been more wide open on that one.
Bradley passes to Harris. He feeds it to Lure. Pistons passing it around. Bradley kicks to Harris. And slam dunk by Harris.
And that assist got him a little nod from his teammate after that one.
Bulls trail by 3. Outside Holiday. Here's Dunn. Dishes it to Mirotic. Holiday, the pass to Dunn. 6 to shoot. And again, no good by Chicago.
It has not been an easy quarter for him offensively, but I like that he's staying aggressive.
Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. And to survive in the NBA, you need to be tough physically and emotionally. And Steve, just how grueling can a full NBA season be on a player?
It can be very grueling. You start talking about back-to-back 82 games, flying from the West Coast to the East Coast and vice versa. And then you get a chance to go up against some guys that don't let you off the hook. They don't care you play the back-to-back. They're coming at you.
How would you handle it personally in terms of just keeping your body fresh and as ready as possible?
You know, nutrition is huge now, and I think also guys taking care of their bodies and still working out on off days. A lot of times they say get your rest, but it'll be good to get some light workouts and some workouts when you have days off.
That's also good. So he hits both free throws. And the first time out of the game called for Chicago.
Yeah, just frustrated by their lack of production offensively, and I can't blame them. I mean, they're getting the looks, but the shots just aren't falling.
They should consider trying to get closer to the basket. Right now, the shots they are attempting are just clanking off the basket.
It's been this way for a long time, but once again, the Bulls were #1 in fan attendance in the NBA at the United Center. Such great support from Chicago, who Steve, continue to fill up this great arena every time out.
There's no question Chicago Bulls fans are some of the best in the business. Give a lot of credit to those Michael Jordan Bulls. This team has had a following for years and years.
Bulls trail by 5. Levine kicks to Lopez. He dishes it to Mirotic. The Bulls keep it alive.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Got that one up quick. Harris has got 10.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Dunn dishes to Lopez. Tall for run, and he's good on the 3-ball. Dunn's got a couple of threes now in the first for Chicago.
Great look there from Robin Lopez. Rare to see a big man with that kind of playmaking ability.
Harris setting the pick for Jackson. Goes up the baseline. And it's Chicago with the rebound. This game coming after a loss against the Bucks.
You know what? A lot of three-pointers, but for me, more so, it was the shot selection on those three-pointers. I just felt like they were just too trigger-happy from downtown.
They weren't patient enough to try to find the most wide-open shot on every three-pointer. That's why they missed so many.
And the Pistons with possession here. The Bulls knocking down the 3. Harris passes to Drummond. Back to Harris, taken away by Holiday. Down low, here's Mirotic. Yes, and it's Holiday with the assist that time. Holiday's got 3 assists now in this one. The Pistons have gone 7 of 11 from the field to begin the game. Outside Jackson, pass to Harris. Inside, deflects the pass. And here we go, the Bulls fast break. For 3, Levine. And it's Lure with the rebound. The Pistons trailing. Bradley kicks to Drummond. Lays it up and banks it in.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Here's Mirotic. It's tipped, and he recovers it. Second chance shot. Again, Levine missing. Pistons have gone 8 of 12 on field goal attempts so far. Jackson kicks to Bradley. It's deflected. Tries to keep it alive. And that's out of bounds. Detroit will retain possession. So Chicago going with an almost entirely new group. Felicios checked in. Portis comes in for Mirotic. Valentine's checked in for Justin Holiday. And it's Payne in for Dunn. Detroit also making some changes. Marjanovic checked in for Andre Drummond. Reggie Bullock comes in for Bradley. And Smith subbed in for Reggie Jackson. Now, here is Smith. 8 points his last outing. Here's Harris. Here's Lure. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up. And a look now at our 2K leaderboard to see which wingmen have come away with the most steals over the past month. Tobias Harris, number 1.
He is a pest out there on the wing. One slip of concentration, one careless pass, and he'll be going the other way.
Move shot.
And he can't get the first one. Hey, Smitty, you won an NBA title with the Spurs back in 2003. Do you feel that changed how you approached the game after you won that championship?
Yeah, it does, Kevin. You get a chance to understand how hard it takes to win a championship. But I think also when you lose in a Western or Eastern Conference, you understand these moments are valuable. And your career could be long, but really it's so short trying to win a championship.
Do people treat you differently once you are a champion as compared to prior to a championship win?
I think you treat yourself different. You stick your chest out a little bit different. But I think also, you want to win. Sometimes you want individual awards, but it's good to win a championship, just like winning a gold medal.
And finished off by Lure.
Well, that's why they're in front. Aggressive play at both ends. Nicely done.
Feeds it to Morrow. No good with the triple.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
Tries from 7. Will not go. This is off the front iron. Bulls trail by 4. And John Lure gets the whistle that time. That's foul number 2 for him.
That's his second foul of the first quarter, and they may want to sit him for a while to avoid number 3.
Now the pass to Payne. Here's Felicio. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
Fred Hoiberg with the Bulls. Still on his learning curve. Coming from the college game to the pro, he still has some adjustments to go.
And for Hoiberg, I think the Bulls know, Steve, that he'll have a bit of a learning curve as this is his first time as a head coach in the NBA.
Yeah, I mean, when you start looking at the NBA, they want you to win now. But for Fred Hoiberg, it is a learning curve. And last year, I thought, was a learning curve for Hoiberg. This year should be better.
And that's good as he hits both of his shots. The Pistons leading. Smith with it. He's averaging around 5.5 points a game. And he's going up for the alley-oop. And Marjanovic with the slam.
Absolutely the prettiest play in basketball, executed to perfection.
I don't think you'd get an argument there. Everybody loves the alley-oop. Now here's Payne. There's the screen. In the corner, Valentine with it. Pass to Felicio. Lock at 6. Now the feed to Morrow. Hits it from three-point range. Morrow's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Pistons shooting has been tremendous early. Their offense looking primed and ready for this matchup. There's a screen by Marjanovic. Smith dishes to Bullock. Johnson kicks to Bullock. Here's Lure. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Chicago trailing here. Here's Valentine. Valentine pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup. Valentine's got his first basket.
And back and forth we go. That bucket gives us another lead change.
These are the type of games you love. You can't predict. The only thing you know is it's going to be a close one.
He gets it in there. Marjanovic has got his second bucket of the night.
Yeah, that's the 3rd bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle.
There's the pick. It's stolen by Smith. Here's Bullock. It's good. The assist that time from Smith. Smith's got 4 assists now tonight.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
Here's Felicio. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Milwaukee.
And also, he competed on the backboards. That also had a lot to do with the game.
Poked away. The dive for the ball. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Marjanovic. There's 21 seconds left here in the first quarter. Portis can't get it to go.
Had the layup. No one really contested him. Missed opportunity.
Johnson in the corner. Baseline try, and plenty of contact on the shot. So 2 free throws coming up. And Chicago called for the foul. The Pistons have scored 6 points from their 8 attempts at the line so far.
And the season numbers for them at the line thus far are really poor. Something I'm sure they are making a point of emphasis.
First one falls for him. and Johnson drops them both. There's 10 seconds left in the first. Here's Payne. With 1 on the clock. No shortage of scoring here at the end of the first quarter. Pistons lead by 5. And we'll be back in just a moment with the start of the second quarter. Welcome back, folks. Thank you for tuning in to the NBA on 2K Sports as we get set to get going once again. Hey, during the break, players getting a chance to refuel and hydrate with some Gatorade as there is more basketball in store. And what stands out to you from the Pistons so far in this one?
I just don't know that you're going to see a better quarter defensively than what we saw in the first.
Yeah, they were in total lockdown mode there. Can they keep it up for their entire game? It remains to be seen.
On the court for the Pistons, they've got Marjanovic, Anthony Tolliver out there with Johnson. Then there's Reggie Bullock, and it's Smith in at the point guard. Now here's Johnson. 11 points for him in that last game against Indiana. Payne grabs the board. Bulls trail by 5. The dish to Morrow. Valentine kicks to Payne. There's the pick. And Morrow has it in the corner. 5 to shoot. Offline with his 3. Detroit leading by 5. Passes it to Johnson. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. Smitty, you're a proud alum of Michigan State. Great school, great program. You contributed to help build the Clara Bell Smith Student Athletic Academic Center there on campus. One of the great facilities in all of college basketball. When you think back on your college experience, is the NBA's 1 year and out high school requirement enough, or would you like to see a change in that regard?
You know, I think it goes player by player, situation by situation, Kevin. I can speak for me. After 3 years, I was not ready, on the court or off the court.
That surprises me to hear you say that.
After 4 years, I thought I was ready pretty much on the court, but off the court, you're really never ready to have the challenges out of basketball.
So you like the 4 years. You thought that was huge for you playing.
For me personally, I like the 4 years.
And he's good on the second. Bulls trail by 6. And around a minute gone here in the second quarter. Here's Felicio. Here's Portis. And off the front iron, and in it goes. Portis has got his first bucket in this one. Pistons leading by 4. Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Well, guys, it was controversial in Chicago, but the Bulls hired Fred Hoiberg to replace Tom Thibodeau. Hoiberg played for a decade in the NBA, and at Iowa State, he was the fastest coach in school history to reach 100 wins. In Chicago, guys, it seems he's loosened the reins a bit, giving the players a little more leeway to shoot with confidence and air it out offensively.
The players have responded. Thanks, David. The Pistons making a change here. Drummond's checked in. They set the pick. Payne kicks to Morrow. Here's Portis. He feeds it to Morrow. Pass to Portis. And it's sent back by Drummond. Tolliver the pass to Johnson. Now in the scoring column with that deuce. 1 for 2 this game. The Bulls trail by 6. Now here's Payne. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. And it's good. Fought through contact, hits the shot. He'll go to the free throw line.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
Mirotic is checked in for Chicago. Zach LaVine comes in for Valentine. Detroit also making some changes. Harris is checked in for Stanley Johnson. Bradley comes in for Reggie Bullock. And Reggie Jackson subbed in for Ish Smith. Pistons leading by 3. quarter two and just under 2.5 minutes gone by. Jackson kicks to Tolliver. Here's Drummond, and a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2.
Well, I tell you what, it didn't take long for everyone to recognize that Andre Drummond was going to be a dominant rebounder in this league. He just inhales everything within his reach out on the floor. And then he's got that great blend of length and strength to get after every miss. Incredible feet and hands to go along with that. And this is a guy that just has superstar written all over him.
That one is off. And it's hard to stop talking about Drummond. The rebounding, of course, helps him get the easy points when it comes on the offensive end of the court. Greg, a terrific offensive rebounder.
It's almost like a feedback loop with him. I mean, you get an offensive board, he gets an easy score. He starts getting on a roll, and then the next thing you know, he's blowing up for a 20-20 game.
Good on the second free throw. We're just over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. To the middle. Here's Levine. Finds the hole for the second time from the floor. Now 2 for 5.
They are just killing them on the interior.
For Detroit, they've gone 1 of 3 to start out the second quarter. Bradley kicks to Jackson. Harris setting the pick for Jackson. Yep, that one goes in there. And the Pistons lead by 4.
And that's what he does. I mean, he is a bucket getter.
Now Holiday, taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game. Dunn dishes to Holiday. Solid play on the low block, and that one's good. Holiday's got 5. And a little under 3.5 minutes elapsed in this second quarter of play. Outside Jackson. To the right side. Tolliver for 3. Here's Bradley. So the whistle blows on the shot, and 2 free throws for the contact right there. And a look here at the shot chart.
And the three-point game stands out as a major sore spot. It just has not been falling for him. I think at this point you start to get away from that shot. Try to engage in other parts of the offense. You don't want to hurt your team if that long ball isn't there.
Free throw good from Avery Bradley. And so Bradley nails both of them. Closing in on 4 minutes played here in the second quarter. And here is Dunn. He's got 6. He kicks it to Lopez. Levine wide open. Drains it from beyond the arc. 7 points in the game.
He might not be the first option to take that 3, but when he's that open, he can knock it down once in a while.
Jackson with it. His scoring has been there on a regular basis. He's averaging more than 14 points a game. Stolen by Levine. Here's Holiday. Slammed home, and he draws the foul. A chance for another point at the free throw line. That's on Reggie Jackson.
Yeah, how about the sharp steal and then run out? It looks like they're ready to put the hammer down.
Well, we've been waiting for one of these teams, Greg, to pull away. Maybe that'll be a springboard for him.
That could be a game changer. That jam just sent shockwaves through the arena.
Detroit's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Outside Bradley. It's Drummond, high post. The shot from 20 feet away. And yep, couple bounces and it falls. Bradley's got it all tied up now for the Pistons. Chicago's gone 1 of 2 on three-pointers here in the second quarter so far. Done with it. Jackson on him. And it's sent back by Drummond. And it's Drummond with the jam.
Oh, an aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think. Here's the screen. Levine, a screen on Jackson. A shot by Holiday. Nobody around. And again, no good by Chicago. Here's Harris. And it's Chicago with the rebound.
Oh, tight defense being played right there. Got right up on him and forced the miss.
If you're the defense, that's what you want to do. Make it uncomfortable for the offensive player.
The Bulls have gone 6 of 11 from the floor. Over 50% shooting here in the second quarter. Bulls moving the ball around. Back to Mirotic. And Holiday kicks to Mirotic. Lopez passes to Holiday. 6 to shoot. Lopez dishes to Holiday. Here's Dunn. And the Bulls with another miss. For Detroit, they've gone 4 of 8 so far here in the second quarter. Bradley kicks to Jackson. In the corner, it's Harris. Harris missing again.
When you're that wide open from a very makeable distance, you have to come away with points.
It's stolen by Harris. Drummond passes to Tolliver. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
Yeah, easy call.
2 shots. Foul. 2.
It's his first trip to the line. That free throw good from Tolliver. Tolliver hits them both. Chicago with the ball. 4-point game. The Wizards on the road to face them after this game. That game will conclude a 3-game homestand. Mirotic sets the screen for Holiday. Over to the left wing. Just 5 on the clock. Done. The putback. Shot to end this cold run. The putback. Great positioning on the putback.
Incredible. He was shooting the ball with good rhythm in the first quarter. Now he's just unconscious.
And the Pistons decide to take their first timeout right here. Their last encounter was in Detroit.
Yeah, they were just wrecked last time they faced this team, and a lot of it was their own undoing.
It was a sizable loss, and it was mostly due to their awful passing and ball control. They just need to use better judgment in this game.
Yeah, I think he just sees some things that can be improved and wants to get everybody back on the same page.
Definitely. He saw some stuff he didn't like out there, and I think taking this time to calm his guys down is the right call.
John Lure, he's checked in for Detroit.
And a moment here to see the numbers for Levine. He's putting up about 14 points a night, 5 assists, and 3 rebounds. And some pretty good numbers, guys. He's certainly making a contribution.
So it's the Pistons now. Outside Jackson. Kicks it to Bradley.
Don't let him shoot that.
Drummond dishes to Bradley. Detroit, no good that time either. The Bulls have gone 7 of 15 from the field here in the second quarter. Just under 50% shooting. Mirotic's shot is off. The Pistons leading. And here we go. The Pistons fast break. Here's Jackson. Mirotic grabs the miss. Mirotic has got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Levine can't hit.
We know what he's capable of inside. That's a good shot for him. He's kicking himself that he couldn't get it to go.
And the basket by Harris.
He's been on target all night, and that's helped the whole team.
Chicago's gotten into trouble with the 3-ball in the second quarter, only hitting 1 of 5 attempts. Lopez a screen. Here's Dunn. He has 6. Bulls have gone a perfect 7 of 7 from the line tonight.
And really, they haven't been able to differentiate themselves from the free throw line on the season at about 76%.
The first one falls.
And getting to the line and hitting your free throws, a good way to get back into the game. It stops the clock and extends the game and allows you the opportunity to set your defense. They've been perfect from the line so far here in the second quarter. Boy, he's got a great stroke from the line. That's not something we can say about all the league's big guys.
Unable to get the ball in bounds, they get called for the 5-second violation. Outside Holiday. Out left to the wing. Dunn, wide open, he fires, and the go-ahead bucket, no good.
Well, he was in rhythm, hitting 2 threes in the opening quarter, but hasn't made one since.
Lure can't hit.
And surprisingly couldn't connect. That's a high percentage a look as he's going to get.
And that's out of bounds. Chicago will retain possession. The Bulls making a switch here. Alicios checked in. Now here is Mirotic. 9-point game his last outing. And again, Chicago, no good.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's going to buy himself a ticket to the bench if he keeps shooting it like that. He has been putrid here this quarter.
Drummond with a screen on Holiday. Harris kicks to Drummond. The timely screen gave him a step, and he took it all the way. Drummond's got 5 points in the quarter. Bulls trail by 4. The pass to Felicio. Dishes it to Mirotic. 5 on the clock. Knocks down the 3-ball. Mirotic has got 10 points in the game.
The perimeter shooting of Mirotic, a huge staple of his game that he utilizes so well when he's in rhythm. Nikola Mirotic is one of those guys you're waiting and waiting for just to break out. He's a stretch forward that can really knock down a lot of threes. He can be dangerous. We just wait for him to have that breakout season.
And with Mirotic, the potential is definitely there, Steve. He has a great shot and looked a lot more comfortable, I thought, in the games he started.
You know, the reason why is because the attention is not on him. When you're playing with the starters, you're like the forgotten guy. So he can sneak in, trail, and knock down threes.
That's good from Harris. So Chicago going with an almost entirely new group here. Bobby Portis is checked in for Mirotic. Valentine comes in for Zach LaVine. Anthony Morrow's checked in for Justin Holiday. And Cameron Payne subbed in for Dunn. Detroit also making some changes. Marjanovic checked in for Drummond. Reggie Bullock comes in for Avery Bradley. And Smith subbed in for Jackson. And Harris drops them both. Bulls trail by 3. Now Payne. 8 points his last outing. Here's Valentine. Can't tie it up as that one misses. Detroit's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. It's good, and he drew contact on the shot, so he will go to the line. A 3-point play chance here. Detroit making a switch here. Johnson's checked in. And the free throw, no good. The Bulls shooting has been wayward so far. Only 37% from the floor. Here's Payne, and Morrow has it in the corner. From downtown, Detroit with the rebound.
And after hitting only 1 3 in the first quarter, he has none here in the second.
Offensive rebound, the second effort, and Johnson puts it in. Johnson's got the lead up to 7 now for the Pistons.
Not a lot of resistance on the inside, and they're taking full advantage.
That one doesn't go. And the Bulls going the other way now. Feeds it to Morrow. To the paint. Here's Felicio. An easy layup after coming off the pick.
You've got to give a ton of credit to the screener. That play easily opened up the easy layup for his teammate.
Pistons leading by 5. Pass to Bullock. Here's the 3. It's good. The assist that time from Smith. Smith's got 6 assists now in the game.
And we've seen this offense step back into three-point land a little bit more in this quarter.
Now here's Payne. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game. Johnson kicks to Smith. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Outstanding job looking for his teammate and connecting with him with a flawless pass.
46 seconds left to play in the first half. Bullock passes to Marjanovic. Smith outside. Lets the 3 fly. Another 3 for Detroit. We've got 33 seconds left to play here in the half. There's a good screen to the inside. Felicio. That's in, and he's now 3 for 3 and looking sharp.
Yeah, well done to finish that one off.
Here's Smith. Here's Lure. And the release was before the buzzer, but it's off target. And so we wrap up the first half. The Pistons on top. They're up by 7. From the United Center in Chicago. Back in a moment.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, folks. Ernie Johnson here, along with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. We're going to break down all the action from the first half. What a game it's been for Tobias Harris. He had 14 points, 2 assists, and 2 steals. Taking a look at the Pistons, Shaq, what did you think?
Well, Kenny knows about this. I used to do this to his team all the time. Take advantage of you down low. Mismatch. Barbecue chicken alert. Make good entry passes. That led to some good looks. Obviously, a lot of points. When you control the paint, Ernie, you control the game. I was the master of controlling the paint. Shaquille O'Neal.
And now, Kenny, let's get your opinion on the Bulls.
Their inaccuracy from behind the arc was brutal. Shot selection, I didn't see any. The perimeter offense they're running, you could scrap that. They need to get back to the basics. Pound it inside, more pick and roll. Try to pick up some easy buckets in transition.
That concludes our halftime presentation. We now take you back to Kevin Harlan for the second half.
All right, the second half beginning in just a moment. You look at Tobias Harris, he has really been playing well.
The way he was able to attack the rim in that first half, defenders are going to need to start building walls and being connected defensively if they want to have any chance to stop him.
He has been relentless so far in this game. It really is going to have to be a total team effort to try to slow him down.
And the third quarter about ready to get underway. Bulls trail by 7. Mirotić at the power forward with Lopez in the middle. Then it's Zach LaVine. Then there's Dunn. And it's Holiday in at the shooting guard. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago. Now here's Lopez. Second chance effort. For 3, LaVine. Rebound, Detroit. Drummond's got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it done. Pistons passing it around. Stolen by LaVine. Dunn dishes to Mirotić. Comes up empty down low.
And that makes it 0 for 3 coming out of the half. Not what they wanted or were expecting.
Bradley kicks to Drummond. Back to Bradley. And the rebound goes to Lopez. Lopez has got his 7th rebound here tonight. Bean passes to Dunn. And a minute played as the second half gets going. Not going to go that time. Good D by Drummond.
Ugh, ugly start to the second half. They've missed their first 4. They've got to get on track.
Tolliver. Chicago grabs the miss. Lopez has got rebound number 8 now on the night. Double team on Holiday. And it's Dunn in the corner. And Dunn with the slam.
And buckets like that have been hard to come by. Not the most exciting game. Both sides look way off in terms of their shooting.
Give a lot of credit to defense. Both sides are playing tough man-to-man D.
Here's Bradley after the Bulls pick up 2. He dishes it to Drummond. Just 5 to shoot. Tries from 10. And the basket is good. And the Pistons lead by 7. Into the third we go. 2 minutes in now. Now here's Dunn. Guarded by Jackson. There's the feed to Mirotic. Launches a 3. Count it. Number 5 from the floor this game. He's now 5 of 11.
And the number of ways in which Mirotic scores. Inside, outside, in between, on the drive. You name it.
Here's Bradley. That's good. And it's Jackson with the assist that time. And that's 15 points for Avery Bradley. Dunn kicks to Holiday. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. And these are his 2nd and 3rd free throws tonight. First one falls for him. Both free throws good from Holiday. A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the 3rd quarter. Jackson with it. Now guarded by Dunn. Harris against Levine. 6 to shoot. Drummond. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2.
I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
He'll take his 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the game right here.
Not the best statistic for him in terms of his performance at the line. Very low numbers.
Free throw good, Drummond. No good on the 2nd free throw. And we knew that Mirotic could shoot, but he showed a lot more consistency, Steve, last season from deep. Saw his big jump in that 3-point percentage column.
Mirotic can definitely shoot the basketball, and we know that he's going to be a threat for his team. Shooting it deeper and deeper. What the good thing for him is his percentage is starting to go up. I think for him is to limit some of the off-balance shots and some of those shots that are so deep that you just can't shoot a high percentage.
No good on the free throw.
And Dunn does a little bit of everything out there. Scores the ball, distributes it well, and also pounds the glass aggressively.
And he sinks the second. Well, you take a look at Chris Dunn out of Providence. It's easy to see what talent evaluators see in this young man.
6'4", long arms, strength, blinding quickness. He is an NBA athlete and then some. In a draft year that was light on point guard, you knew he'd be one of the first to hear his name called.
I mean, that's a tough break for the D. I mean, he took the hit and drew the whistle.
Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the third quarter. Here's Harris. That's good, and it's Jackson with the assist that time. 16 points for Tobias Harris. Tipped away. To the inside. And slam dunk by Harris.
Ooh, quick hands on the steal, and then just mad hops on the slam.
Great sequence for them defensively and offensively.
Terrific defensive instincts to come away with that one, and he showed no hesitation in how he completed that transition opportunity.
That's good from Harris. In the third quarter with just over 3.5 minutes off the clock. Outside Holiday. To the middle. Ball's knocked loose. Now here's Bradley, the fast break opportunity. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. Chris Dunn picks one up.
You know, if you ask any great player, what separates good from great in terms of the NBA is confidence. And Reggie Jackson has never been short on having confidence. I mean, he feels as if he's been a star ever since he came into this league and just needed the opportunity. And I tell you what, I think he's right. I mean, he's made the most of it coming over to Detroit and did not skip a beat. And I tell you what, Stan Van Gundy is very happy to have him at the helm of that point guard position.
And so Jackson nails both of them. And when you think about Reggie Jackson's demeanor, you can see the confidence he plays with. Goes right at the taller players. Loves to be challenged by the big name players too.
And it shows most in the fourth quarter. Reggie is the kind of player who wants the ball with the game on the line. He might not always come through, but he isn't one to back down from a challenge.
Yeah, can't be pleased with all these easy looks. They continue to give up there in the paint.
The opposition is just having their way with them down low, and he wants to put a stop to that.
And a look here at the shot chart.
You know, I doubt they came into this game thinking they would be doing this much damage from mid-range, but you have to give them credit for being able to see what is available in their offense and then exploit the weakness of the D. To be successful in this league, you have to be flexible, and they've done a great job of that so far.
Now here's Dunn, guarded by Jackson. For three, Levine hits the three-point bomb. Levine's got 10. Pistons leading by 8. Bradley kicks to Jackson. In the corner, Bradley with it. Shoots from the baseline, and it's going to be out of bounds. The Bulls will take it. All right, we've got a bit of a break now, so here's a look at the league's best defenses. The Bulls in second.
This is a team that takes pride on the defensive side of the floor. I mean, they play hard and they play together. They are a tough group to score on.
The dish now to Levine. Mirotic has a wide open look. No good on the three. For Detroit, they've gone 4 of 6 from the field since the start of the third. Here's Tolliver, and the rebound goes to Lopez.
I'll tell you what, his shot's off, but the rest of the team is on. That's why they're still winning. And at a time they really need him to shoot well. The exact opposite is what's happening.
Here's Bradley, knocked loose and stolen by Mirotic. And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, Reggie Jackson went from a backup in OKC to signing a 5-year, $80 million contract in Detroit. And Stan Van Gundy said, we liked his ability, but what we liked even more was he's a guy we thought would not change once he got the money. This is a guy who's really driven to be as good as he can be. Kevin, he has definitely made some strides.
Thanks, D.A. He wanted that starting role, and he's earned it.
You know, as this game has gone along, his concentration has deteriorated. They've lost way too many possessions from him turning the ball over.
Bulls trail by 11. Jackson comes over with the double. Lopez kicks to Mirotic. And yes, it's good. Mirotic has got 15 points.
The long arms of Mirotic, when he's got a good chance to shoot down inside, he's always going to take it.
Out to the right wing. Drummond dishes to Tolliver. Harris passes to Jackson. Good, and Harris gets the assist. Harris has got 3 assists in the game.
And they are trying to put the hammer down, attacking the rim whenever they can.
Well, that's how you bury an opponent when they're struggling. Don't ease up, just keep going hard.
Now, here is Mirotic. 15 points in the game. Misses the J after tricking the D with the nifty pass fake. Here is Tolliver. Jackson. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
Now, let's take a quick look at the numbers for Jackson. First in assist, and he's a defensive ball hawk. You can't let your guard down. Remember, he's 10th in the league in steals per game.
The first free throw is good. So Chicago ends up going with the new group. And then for Detroit, Marjanovic checked in for Andre Drummond. Stanley Johnson comes in for Harris. And it's Ish Smith in for Bradley. Jackson hits both of them. Well, Steve, we've heard about the idea of locker room presence and guys that have had a good impact on the morale of a team. Just how valuable do you think that is for a team over the course of a season?
I think it's great. You hear the coaching staff talking over and over their voice, but just to have that veteran to say it in a different way. And he's on the bus with you. He's in the locker room. And it's kind of the same message, but it's from a guy who's played it, who's been around, and a lot of guys you respect, so you listen.
Did you like the role? Because I know you were respected at the various stages of your career by younger players you played with.
Yeah, I think it's your duty.
Right.
As a guy that's been around, you're coming to the end of your career, you got to pass on that knowledge to the younger generation.
At the line for the Bulls, 2 shots.
That free throw missing. A different look here for Detroit. Lure comes in for Anthony Tolliver. And it's Reggie Bullock in for Jackson. And the second free throw, good. And here's Smith. Pass to Lure.
Hey, balance it out.
Nice ball movement by Detroit.
Come on, box him out, man.
Smith in the posts, working on Payne. Now we get a chance to check out the standings out east already. We are in December. Take a look at the Bulls. A terrific position for them as they hold up that illustrious top spot, but it's a long season, as we all know. And checking out Detroit, 9.5 games behind.
And right now for the Pistons, this season has to really become a wake-up call for them moving forward. If they didn't recognize before this year that they didn't have the talent to compete in this league, they sure as heck better recognize it now.
I'm sure they do, because it's obvious that the way this team is currently constructed just isn't working. Changes have to be made, and they can't wait too long to make them.
That free throw, no good. And he's good on the second. Bulls trail by 11. Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over.
And starting to send guys to the line way more than they need to. Let's get some good position defense going here. That should be the emphasis, and get away from the sloppy fouls.
Pass to Portis, stolen away. Smith kicks to Johnson. It's good, the assist that time from Smith. Smith's got his 7th assist in the game.
Oh, nice double pump finish there, strictly for the fans.
Now here's Payne. Here's Felicio. He feeds it to Valentine. Shot clock at 6. The Bulls need to get a shot off here. From deep three-point range, and they'll turn it over. Could not get off a shot. 24-second violation. Pistons leading by 13. Smith with it. To the wing on the left. Lure dishes to Johnson. Rebound by the Bulls.
That's not going to get it done.
Here's Valentine. He kicks it to Payne. Valentine passes to Portis. They shoot again. Out to the right wing. Now here's Payne. T right on him. The pass to Portis. To the wing right side. Valentine wide open. He fires. Persistence pays off as they finally hit a shot. Detroit's gone 3 of 6 tonight when they've let it fly from downtown. Now here is Smith. Kicks it to Lure. It's good. The assist that time from Smith. Lure's got 6.
And no matter who it is, that kind of D isn't going to get it done.
Payne with it. He's against Lure. That one falls.
Wow, got that one off right in the face of the big fella. Nice quick fire release.
I'm with you. I didn't think he'd get that one off in time, but his shot is so quick. He did.
Now here is Smith. And he's going up for the alley-oop.
That's exactly where they want the ball to go. He did a great job getting the ball into that position.
Now Payne. Pass to Portis. To the paint. Here's Felicio. No good that time. And Detroit the other way now. Next up on the schedule, the Grizzlies. That'll be a home game. That'll be the first of 4 played at home for them. Free throw good. Bullock. And so Bullock nails both of them. Bulls trail by 16. And here's Payne. He's got 5. Uses the glass to finish the layup. He's got 7.
Really, really good at recognizing the gaps and getting the ball to the rim.
1:46 left to play in the third. There's the pick. Bullock kicks to Smith, takes the 3. And it's Chicago with the rebound.
Bobby Portis, the Arkansas product. I just love his game. What he does best, he's very physical, but he has the ability to step out with a finesse game to knock down some jump shots.
Let's go to the 2K leaderboard and see which teams have been the NBA's best in the rebounding department. In 4th, the Pistons.
You know, it's not necessarily a glamour stat, but make no mistake, their top-notch board work has been a huge key to their success.
And that one misses. And he can't get the second one to drop either. Coming up empty that time. From deep, Morrow bangs home the trifecta. Morrow's got 6 points.
He was just way too open there. Of course he's going to make the defense pay for letting him shoot from there.
Smith outside. Here's Lure. Yes, and it's Smith with the assist that time. Smith's got 10 assists here tonight. So active. Down low. Here's Valentine. Here's Portis. And count it. 2 points with a chance for one more at the free throw line.
He has a nose for the glass and a sixth sense in terms of how to read the angles.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
An okay season at the free throw line for him so far, sitting right around 76%.
And that one misses. Detroit leading by 12. Bullock passes to Marjanovic. Offensive rebound. Dishes it to Lure. Goes up again. And he was fouled in the act of shooting. Chance here now for a three-point play.
And that putback about as easy a bucket as you're going to get.
And you can see one team is working hard on the glass and the other not.
.34 seconds left to play in the third. Now here's Payne, covered by Smith. Payne kicks to Felicio and taken away by Johnson. By himself, and Smith with the stuff.
Easy to see who's going to win that race.
I love to see them push it like that because the reason why, he's a deadly finisher in the transition game.
Payne with it. There's a screen. And that's not going to go. And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. Pistons lead by 17. And time to step aside quickly, but we'll be back in no time with the start of the fourth quarter. Moments ago from the huddle, let's listen in on head coach Fred Hoiberg.
Keep fighting, fellas. All right, one possession at a time. All right, how are we going to do it? Take care of the ball. Make sure we're getting back in transition. A lot of game left. All right, we'll get it going here. We'll get it going.
Fred Hoiberg encouraging his players to live in the moment. Don't worry about the score right now. Just keep plowing ahead.
A great point. You can't undo what's already been done. Just deal with what you can control, which is the next possession.
And we're getting underway here in the fourth quarter. The scoreboard tells the story in this matchup, but we'll see how much things change up here. Pistons leading by 17. And on the floor for Detroit here in the fourth. The big men, Tolliver and Drummond. Reggie Jackson out there with Johnson. And it's Harris in at the small forward.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be, because he is so strong in the paint.
Really left alone that time. And it's 13 points for Zach LaVine.
And the height Dunn possesses is what allows him to see the floor so well. So good at setting up his guys for quality shots.
And he thought he had a clear path to the hoop, but the defense didn't give up on that play and cut him off. And you can tell he's hungry, because that's how you eat away at a lead right there. Make some highlight reel plays and shake that defense up.
Well, Greg, you're right. Not all 2 points are the same. Not when they come on a stuff like that one.
Sometimes you want to send a message, and a message was sent. What a dunk.
He had 6 points from long range in the first half, but nothing's fallen here since.
Tolliver down low. Covered by Mirotic. Tolliver, no luck.
Not his best game, but they're still getting it done collectively.
Holiday with the 3. That's another one for him. His 5th in just 7 shots.
And they have gotten themselves back into this game just in the nick of time. If that run had come any later, it would have been Katie bar the door.
They've done a great job, but they're not done yet.
And he's shaking off that slow start, giving them a boost here in the second.
Mirotic, the screen. Here's Dunn. Rebound, Detroit. Tolliver's got 4 rebounds in this game. Baseline J on the way. Nice D from LaVine. Bulls trail by 11. Here's Dunn. No good on the shot. A bit long that time.
Right now, he's trying to find the mark. Unfortunately, he's starting to feel a little bit desperate.
Mirotic dishes to Dunn. Feeds it to Lopez. Pass to Mirotic. Cuts off the pass. Johnson, the pass to Jackson. Mirotic grabs the miss. Mirotic has got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight. Dunn. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
And for Chris Dunn, you know, everyone told him to enter the draft after 3 years at Providence. His father, his coach, he could have been a first-round pick back in 15. Instead, he decided to stay one more season, earn his diploma, and I'd have to say it's worked out pretty well for him.
The free throw drops in for Dunn. And Dunn, undergoing 2 shoulder surgeries in college, took a medical red shirt for his sophomore season.
Yeah, and that was on his right shoulder, his shooting shoulder. You wonder if he can get even better shooting the ball with time.
Avery Bradley, he's checked in for Stanley Johnson. Off on that one, so he goes 1 for 2 at the line.
See, now he's getting defenders back on their heels a little bit. Getting to the foul line here in the second half.
Here's Bradley, who's back up. It's blocked. We're in the final quarter of play here, 3 minutes in. Here's Dunn. And again, no good by Chicago.
And the truth is, I've been there. He's trying to find the rhythm on his shot. He feels like he's close, and that's why he keeps shooting.
Don't underestimate him. He can knock that down.
Chicago calls timeout.
And they've gotten good looks, you know, so that's one reason they're frustrated. Maybe he can come up with something to get them an easy one, maybe get to the line.
Yeah, he has to get his offense moving again. It hasn't been bad, but it could be much better.
All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, guys, I was able to listen in on what Fred Hoiberg told his team. He was not happy with their shot selection, and he let them know about it. He said, we're taking low percentage shots, guys. Space the floor, make the extra pass, and work for those shots in the flow of the offense. Stay with the plan. We'll see if they can get it going.
Okay, David, thanks. There's the pick. Lopez outside. He dishes it to Mirotic. Now, here's Dunn. Just 5 to shoot. Tries from 10, and there's a call on Tobias Harris. That's foul number 2 for him.
Okay, his shot isn't there tonight. It's a major reason why they're behind. He needs to start sharing the basketball.
Over 3.5 minutes through the final quarter now. Dunn kicks to Mirotic. Lets it go from deep. And again, no good by Chicago.
Just enough coverage to bother that three-point attempt.
Drummond dishes to Bradley. And the rebound goes to Lopez. Lopez has got rebound number 12 now. Tenacity on the glass. Bradley. Holiday with the block. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Levine can't hit. Detroit leading by 13. Bradley passes to Jackson. Back to Bradley. Runner in the lane. And it's good off the back of the rim and in. Bradley's got 5 points now in the quarter.
And when it comes to size, it's not a one-on-one matchup that favors him.
Size is only one factor, and it wasn't nearly enough on that possession.
And again, Chicago, no good. Detroit's gone 6 of 11 when they've taken the three-point shot tonight. Very respectable. Back to Jackson. That one off the back iron and out.
Almost no chance of that shot going in.
On that play, you gotta trust your teammates. Instead of forcing that one, just pass it.
Now, here's Dunn. Levine kicks to Dunn. At the top of the key, Mirotic. It's not going to go for him.
To me, that's just a loss of focus. He was wide open from one of his favorite spots.
Drummond dishes to Tolliver. And another three for Detroit.
Not shot from outside. There's no doubt about that. Spreading the floor and getting them up.
The feed now to Levine. Top of the key, Dunn. Here's Mirotic, and count it. 2 points with a chance for one more at the free throw line.
The defense has no answer for Mirotic. Such a gifted player, especially when he has the ball near the hoop.
At the line for the Bulls. One shot.
Way to hit it.
Here's Jackson. There's the dish to Harris. Pass to Drummond. Shot from 12. Hits the front of the rim and out. Bulls trail by 15. In transition, here come the Bulls. Dunn misses.
Oh, boy, I tell you what, they don't get much uglier than the quarter he's having.
And yeah, you look at him and look at his face, his expressions. He has definitely lost his confidence.
And it's thrown down hard with both hands.
He'll never be the most intimidating guy at his position, but he'll surprise you with his leaping ability.
And Chicago shooting in the fourth quarter not pretty, down around 29%. Now here's Levine. He feeds it to Holiday. He kicks it to Dunn. Lopez passes to Dunn. And again, Chicago, no good. And here are the Pistons now. They're on a 12-4 run. On the wing, Jackson expanding his range. Rebound by the Bulls. Holiday's got 6 rebounds now in the game.
He's tried to get it going, but the shots simply have not been there. Nothing seems to be falling.
Now, here's Dunn. Lets a floater go, and that's 2 points on the layup.
And Dunn is so good with the floater. He puts just the right amount of touch needed on those shots.
Pistons leading by 15. To the paint. Lopez with the steal. Here's Levine, and he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed.
Beautiful pass that helped set up his teammate perfectly.
Detroit's gone downtown 13 times in this game, and they're just over 50%, 7 of 13 on threes. Bradley kicks to Drummond, and that one drops for him. And the Pistons lead by 15.
And an open path to the hoop there. Easy bucket. We've seen that far too many times today.
That explains the gap on the scoreboard. Attacking offense against a defense that's far too relaxed.
Portis, he's checked in for the Bulls. Detroit's gotten off 4 3-pointers in the final quarter, and 2 of them have fallen. Jackson dishes to Bradley. Out to Harris. Nice ball movement by Detroit. Left side, Bradley. Yes, indeed, it is good. He's now 8 for 14. Bulls trail by 17. And Holiday kicks to Lopez. It's good. The assist that time from Holiday.
And it's rare to see that, but Lopez shows some confidence knocking down the mid-range jumper.
Right side, Jackson. Here's the screen. Drummond passes to Bradley. And that one misses. That one is no good. Here's Drummond and blocked. That one goes careening off the glass. Levine with it, picked up by Harris. Holiday dishes to Dunn. Lopez kicks to Dunn. And count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more.
And Dunn is spectacular, seeking contact and getting it. Even more impressive that he makes these shots as well.
Chris, at the line for the Bulls, one shot.
Now Jackson. There's the pass to Tolliver. Launches it. The rebound by Holiday. Bulls trail by 12. Kicks to Dunn. Pass to Portis. Another one falls for Chicago. And here's Jackson. Harris up top. Pulls it up. They get it back. Bradley passes to Tolliver. Back to Bradley. Second chance shot. Not going to go that time. Nice D from Levine. High post shot. Rebound by the Pistons. Tolliver's got rebound number 8 now on the night. Here's Jackson. He lobs up the alley-oop pass.
That's a solid pass right inside where his teammate wants it.
And Chicago shooting 38% from the field. A pretty weak showing for them. Stolen by Jackson. And here comes Jackson leading the fast break. And he gets it to go. Jackson's got 13 points here in the second half alone. Bulls trail by 14. They set the pick. Dunn kicks to Lopez. A second chance effort, and it's sent back by Drummond. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Drummond. Lopez, a screen on Jackson. Lopez, a screen. Dunn dishes to Holiday. Tries to save it. And the Bulls with another miss.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay. And guys, what we saw here tonight is one side having everything going for them. Huge margin of victory for the Pistons.
And one area that stands out that we've seen tonight from them, their aggressiveness in getting steals, something I know that you really value yourself.
I think it sparked their offense. It deflates the opposition. And when you have the type of effort we saw tonight, it's pretty hard to overcome that defensive pressure down the stretch.
And it'll advance their win total up to 12 on the season.
And with this win now, we're all square, 1-1. 2 more games yet to come in what's proving to be a very competitive season series. And a great team effort, but still, what an individual performance for Andre Drummond. And the way he rebounded, he surely was a spark for the team as he was securing everything that came off the iron.
Detroit with the ball. The Bulls getting the bucket. Jackson has the open look. Off target from three-point range.
In this second half, the defense have been baiting him to shoot the three, and we're seeing why.
He muscles it in through the contact, and they call the foul. And he's on his way to the free throw line.
He delivered that pass right on the spot to his teammate who was on the move.
At the line for the Bulls. One shot.
And that one misses. And so it's Detroit with the ball. They led by as many as 18 points. Smith with it. And so it's the Pistons taking care of business here. And in the win, a comfortable win in what was, I think, gee, a pretty hostile environment.
It really was. You know, it's never going to be easy on the road, but they didn't have too many problems with that tonight.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Greg Anthony, David Aldridge, Steve Smith, and the rest of our terrific 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. And now time to go to Ernie Johnson, who's alongside Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Welcome back, everybody. Ernie Johnson, along with Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, as we present our Jordan Player of the Game, Andre Drummond.
This was the Andre Drummond that was the NBA All-Star. He's always impactful in the paint, but tonight he was extra special. They turned him loose, and he did not disappoint.
You know what? Usually he takes crazy shot, but his shot selection was outstanding tonight. That's the main thing. He didn't force anything. See, if the shot wasn't there for him, he kept the ball moving. That's how you get your shooting percentage up in the high 50s. Excellent.
That's going to do it for our broadcast tonight. We certainly hope you've enjoyed the show, don't we, guys?
It was great.
Yeah. Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, and for Kevin Harlan and the entire 2K Sports crew. All 653,000 of them.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Hard-working.
A lot of people.
Yeah. The long line at the buffet, though.
Yeah. Shout out to the T-Pose, man.
Oh,
I don't know his name, but I know his face.
I'm Ernie Johnson. See you next time.